as a digital simulation, really.
Damn, I'm back. I looked at it, the way I was living, I was like, hey, I said, well, I like until the battle shit, right? And I'm like, yo.
Different time I was gonna do it.
Yeah.
It was different. Like,
yeah, because I had everything.
Yeah.
I was empty. Yeah,
I was only about that much of a pass, so I would have been over here trying to.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, all this I can move over this way. I just, you know. So, yeah, it's all up in there because I put it in there and think it was yeah, I'm going to get them games on the side, too. And then which called rappers? So, King, which called? And I got the ammo right there. I'm going to put in that box. I ordered some ammo, too. So, you see how stuff be coming all crazy now?
The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Don't sleep under your bed.
Woo! That girl Slaughter, what's up, mama?
And if you haven't done the shadow work, you're left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace.
I'm letting my beard come in, y'all.
That's my decision.
I'm still thinking about shaving this shit off. I'm still thinking about shaving it off, but show my half-ass decent skin.
Protect plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no pops. Hezbollah worshiping pedophiles. Wanna feed our children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing.
I got to put on a reading hat. Oh, y'all know my shit. I ain't laid it down to nothing, y'all. That's my shit right there, y'all. Yeah, ain't no perm, you know, like bullshit. Yo, people get it twisted, you know what I'm saying? I got people in my family that got hair straight as a damn razor, dark, about 18 shades darker than me.
Shoot it out in the middle of the street. I'm saying I'm not some master teacher. No, am I? Some pastor or preacher.
I ain't lying, I was tired. Yeah, I was tired, y'all. Hey, I'm over here hurting my back looking for a movie. Oh, we retarded, y'all. We retarded. We about to watch the good back. We having our West End employee night, y'all. I should have picked up some popcorn, some skinny pop, man. I didn't even think about it, cuz. Yeah, that's the best popcorn. I don't care, man. Skinny pop is it. That kettle cooked, that one, when you turned me on to that, because I ain't never seen that. Over in Page, they never had that. They just had the regular, butter, cheddar, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's the one I gobbled down for like two, 3 nights. That kettle skinny pop, man, that ain't right, man. That ain't right. That ain't right.
Like the golem, bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail.
So we're gonna have a nice little read today.
Not to empower us, but
don't
to
worry, I'm not gonna go out to fajita and everything.
A robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Get more people to come in, you know.
Nah, bro. Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive.
I do it now for Chi-Town. Who am I but Chi-Town? You young fool, I'm too fly to just slide out. Blue sky but high ground. A crown slash helmet. It's for my aircraft stealth spit. Can't be tied down or even sheep belted. I look down, I see green like a Celtic.
That vitamin D, man. We ain't hardly have no sun, man.
The remnants of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the
we went out, we had a good breakfast, y'all.
Fuck the cause, my hand, I dealt it. Felt the vibration of my pelvic.
I had the sauce, the gravy and biscuit. Oh my goodness.
Body for real monkey velvet.
Man, if that wasn't like Mama.
As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife.
Good.
I know I can spit my flows to shit to a fly. Though haters want to crucify a real man. I still stand with the silver hand, but we're Hiller man. It's not Cypress Hill. I'm Tuttle Sheep. I'm one tough cookie. I don't follow. I set standards. To catch me, you gon' have to do more to scamper. Need more to scanners. I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bruh. You stagnated while I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm dated space AC, y'all. Buster stuck in the cave. stages face off. After the shape, the statements of fate, a fraud. Battlestar intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect comes from practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing the step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept, you of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just piloting up. Flying a jet, spray the adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Symmetric apparel of a fly bandit. Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics, and it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A Christmas Carol lives what your fans get. The world's in perils what I transmit as a transcript, or I just spit it off the top. It's either shit or get off the pot. This shit's hot.
Wants to get his own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich, and then they want the other little people never get a piece of pie. And don't want to go for the cracker. And go for you niggas that think that y'all big.
It's like coconut oil too.
I understand this. That's why you niggas and crackers can't stand me. You niggas just know that I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young people and old people too. Mostly black people. I'm talking to you.
As far as the MCT oil, coconut, yeah, it's
y'all really thought that I was done with y'all. Nah. I'm really down on y'all. Fellas up.
My bed is crazy, y'all. I was sitting here twisting it, y'all.
About this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Now, now, Big Mac. Whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Look past the sci-fi. Third eye gang cyclops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying die ops. From the skybox, I got scope on you pilgrims. The smoke with some rumors. Some of our folks are still dumb. Yeah, and blind to the fact that blood, we gon' have to spill some. Warrior spirits inside me. That's where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page, script is played out. They keep us engaged, placate or rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should have been disobeyed out. Forehead and knees off the floor should have been prayed out. The draft is on, COVID's no issue. Could've bloated in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle to who holds the pistols. The debacle's about who owes who the fiscal. Disregarding the aboriginal issue. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. It's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Now I'm out, Big Mac. Whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. A fool is known by his speech. Yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. I'm other than we, a sucker or me. Stand on 2 feet, one turn the other cheek. The wise man known by his silence. Mostly disguised compliance. Silence by guidance. From conspiring connivance. Other aspirants of violence. Tyrants of fire. Tritons and giants who hide. I'm trying defiant. In environments of migrants, I'm hearing the sirens. Ring in my ear, they've got indictments. These pedophiles, queers, groupies, and hyping. Alignments, the assignment. I'm not the wisest, I'm not flying. My refinement and confinement, the requirements for this climate. Y'all push all the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress, don't duck, no wreck. Drill music for real. My soul they don't possess. Real foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none of them. It's personal, know what the business is. Big monsters come full circle, so vacate the premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau or Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fat. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Akichiwa.
How do they do that all the time?
Shines your symbols for the conscious minds, y'all. And with that on the temple, draw. I had a vision to pass, not yet a circulus round. Created successful reality from a virtual now. How? Stand on my square cause they usurp your power. Them same little sneaky breezies that'll hurt you, they smile all up in your face, all up in your space. And I ain't talking all bras but dogs with whole trace. So I walk tall kittens while y'all cross slow race. I stay focused on walking through them tall gold gates. Draw magic circle around me to keep me from harm. The law fat checks purposely will peak me. I'm calm. Water, fire, air, earth turn me from that peace to a bomb. Blow the joint, just with the range, the point, the centimeters. I've encompassed my inner demons. 490-degree angles guarded by angel of shiny elite angels. Thank you, and I of course am the chief triangle. If I die before I wake, well at least I'll fly in plain view. I am my circle, how I govern four corners. Wise as a serpent for certain amongst foreigners. Out of state, out of place in the space they storing us. Learning firsthand of what fate was forewarned of us. I recall when bro and I spit flows, dope man, fly in the shell at Southampton, kept smoke, stay high. Years later, he's the same degree, just gained density. Gave my synopsis, he's toxic. I prayed I could say I behave by locals. I've raised my moral ground. Way how my character stay fly, the conduct squared up. Self-esteem, the day sky, new God. I'm what the world's been waiting for, the days not. May I then I don't abide by the same ethics. They fan respect, yeah, obtain the credit for keeping the obelisk erect, but with strange methods. But the epic of my name will reign and remain epic. Circumscribe my passions, my squares, my lift. Ask, is it worth the ride? Yeah, it's rare, I spit, but the beach churchified, so I bear my shit. It hurt, I cried, this kitten there to try to eclipse my soul, bounce back from it. Announce it, I'm done with being the sacrificial lamb. The jungle, I run it, thus the lion conquereth over this numbness. Made a conscious shift, even in darkness, the sun lit on you false lights. Don't have to be gold to glitter. Actors look the paupers just for show. Go figure, you dig pounding, you baboon or gorilla. I'm built like a silverback with hella track, no illa max than me. Masturbate her back, originally pretty. Take the mask off, 360 on my square. See the circle, if not your mask off. You pormish, dash your salt. The dialogue's trash talk, your past lost. Leave a footprints in the asphalt. Use the outline correction. Last fall, I blast off, I crash off to the next zest of living. Sacredly sex. Whose ass off when she walked the ass off. I told back to it like who makes sure Yanni sing her response. She dons me king. To who they gave me the script, my ops the prescription. This is my vision's description. Listen, I'm standing on mine's my circle, it's me. I absorb your hate and make it work for me. Transform into fuel as I evolve. Advance is abnormal, dormant, form and leave y'all right where y'all started at. Let me impart a fact. She'll be sitting in my ship as we chart the map. Thinking in destiny, the turtle and the hare. Acknowledge me as the circle and the square. Yeah. Watch time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate, the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate, the patriarch. Most social media.
What's up, man? Baby girl Slot, I got you, mama. You got boy Chi. Wavy, what's going on, beloved?
I rose up, took a shower,
Knucklehead TV, what's up, baby? Andy Rilla, what's up, man? What's happening? What's happening? Done some curls for sure. Foundation, my crown sharp. Yeah, we about to get it in. Pound the pavement, sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed the last video. Real passionate, right? I looked a lot of stuff because I would have been on for another 3 hours, like, so I can utilize it next time. You know what I mean? I sent the rap. I sent his name. I sent him a message, and he should be back soon. I hope he's all right and safe, but yeah. So he's got a couple other ones
avatars that wore them. Destroy this de facto government.
He's got a couple other people who's going to let chime in and talk about some things too. And they're very aware of who the original, I don't like the word American Indian, but the American Indian as far as the indigenous, Indian alludes to the fact of the original people of the land. And the term, how it's been misutilized in Hollywood and everything, and the fake Western spaghetti stories. That's Indians indigo. It has nothing to do with Mongolians and all this other. Because when you look at Cherokee Kid, Cherokee Bill, blah, blah, Bass Reeves, they try to paint him as African American. I got books on him. And the team he operated with, some of them got dead, but, you know, one thing about Bass Reeves, he could shoot accurately with both hands, rifle and gun. He was fast. There was nobody as fast. Look, you know they whitewashed this. I mean, there were pictures where you could see how they took portraits to make him look light-skinned. It's not against you guys. Y'all been lied to, you light-skinned people. But then when you see the real pictures, when he had his wavy long hair, same thing with Cherokee Kid, black Indian, and I hate the term black because the Zionists created it. And what's even pathetic? Because you need to know that a lot of preachers and ministers are cowards. That's how they were able to manipulate. And the people follow right along, knowing that they were righteous people, and that's how people fell off, going to these fake ass religions. And they're going to stay off until they turn around. Or, as is written in the stories, the chaff from the wheat. When y'all think everything is going to be done, some of you are going to be around to see some crazy. I don't care if I say it one time or a million times. They're going to be destroyed. I ain't sitting here facilitating something else. Let's say it's all a big experiment. Let's say it again, like I told y'all a year ago, and not too long ago. Hold on. Is this it? I said, what if you allowed yourself to walk in this, no matter how you disperse from it, to go back and watch, or in a collective, in one mind, in one darkness, in one, it doesn't matter. They're going to be destroyed. They were created to be destroyed. I know that is, but the reality is the reality. No matter where they're from, they stepped way out of context. It doesn't matter. Whether they've been lied to, whatever. I have a story to tell. And you would think that they would oblige themselves a little more. It is what it is. And they can't do nothing to change it. Nothing. So they might as well throw the West. I mean, miss bomb, blow up, whatever, man. Set the whole bitch on fire. I mean, it ain't like it'd be new at the first time. You know what I mean? Y'all need to stop being scared of shit. I'm serious. I'm serious. I hate that word. I detest that word. I really do. But yeah. Their mindset. Well, let's see when you got a hole this big in your head. No, that's how they were created to be that damn dumb. Instead of taking the opportunity, you know what I mean? Oh, wow. The word going around is I got them all scared to say something. Why? You got that little powerful little thing speak up yesterday, coming to watch it, can't even control themselves. Don't be like them no more. We got a lot of magnificent, wonderful, you'll hit their beautiful light-skinned brothers and sisters. You don't have to worry about the rest of them idiots. We've got a lot of marvelous Latino, Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters. We have a lot of marvelous Hindu, Sikh-speaking, Asian, Chinese, and so I got some of my best friends are Filipino, Singaporean. I mean, it doesn't matter how they got to be or whatever. But I'm a historian. But I have some magnificent, and they embrace the fact because it's about respect. It's not about whether they accept the history or not. It's about respect. Most people don't have respect. People. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Be a lot of secret passages that people have to come through in order to make it successful in this entertainment business. Would you agree?
Secret passages. Something strange for the change. And y'all just loathe and love them, don't you? Not y'all, but you know.
There's a lot of homosexuality. There's a lot of homosexuality.
You have thousands of pictures, Library of Congress, Alamo, showing the Cherokee people, whitewashed almost, and dark. And all of a sudden now, we're supposed to accept Mongolians? See, that's where they're very disrespectful. Because they don't research. And then the Mormons played a big role up until the 1980s and 90s. And you don't see them. They the 7-day Adventists, and then, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Nobody seeing things for what it is. So the disrespect can't be disrespected. You don't respect. No, and you don't tip the canoodle and side up and go, hey, yeah, you don't. You let them be disrespectful and you return the favor 100-fold. Don't have to be with hate and malice. You give them they just deserve. Entertainers whose job is to tame us. Simulation is designed to block, shame us. The enemy is even more faceless. Realize the ones that look like us are even more racist. The white man's not the white man. The Native American know nothing party. Democracy. This is not no goddamn democracy. This is the republic. And always will be the republic, no matter what. Without us, there would be no Hollywood. Without us on all corners, there wouldn't be no history. Don't chase it. Most of what is the latest is tasteless, overrated. The young beef is beyond me. Plant-based and can't wait to be on. So they. Who remember the Treacherous 3? The Busy Bee. What's the Busy Bee was rapping? I'm Puerto Rican, but we had the brothers was with us. But nobody ever identified with crayon color at the time. It was not marginalized. We created hip hop regardless. It doesn't matter. A lot of those Negroes are running around with the African dynamic because of the little the rainbow bambada and his little homo stick fighting little crew. They had to push another narrative. Regardless of where he's from, it don't matter. It's the same mental disease with the Zulu nation. We used to be coming out in Roxy's battling the Broadbakers. I was there, y'all. Young, like 15, 6, hard-headed. Mama say, you don't want to come home at night? You want to come the next day? I'm over in the Bronx of Brooklyn, man. I'm out there partying. Fake ID and everything. Drinking weed up, yo. You know what I mean? Mr. Karate and Kung Fu Man, you know? Duke was AC. I was like scrapping with old men. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I knew all the things that was going on behind the lines. So that's why when I see people talking, I'm like, you little jitterbug, you don't even know what you're talking about. Twin City breakdancer, yo, for real, like Twin City breakdancer. Based off the roller skating rink, based off the idea of the Twin Towers. One of the music I feel like talking. And see, nobody knows this stuff, you know? I didn't like doing head spins. I was windmills, airborne, you know what I'm saying? 1990, 2000, you know, getting it in, man, you know, capoeira, blah, 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 you know what I mean? Hey, Carrie, what's up, mama? Roy, what's happening? What's up, beloveds? What's going on, y'all? Who else? Anyone else coming in? I'm trying. Oh, Mac, what's cracking? It's good to have y'all up in here. How far? What's happening? Pura vida. But yeah, hey, we're going to read A Dome and Outer Space Projection. Y'all remember where we're at, right? Chapter 21, What is the Dome? I was going to read, because we had another part to read to the reports of the first mankind of Hyperborea Asgard. And I remember reading to y'all contact testimonial number 582101C. Oh, the 5 masters, creators of humanity. I'm going to read that. It's short. I'm going to read it again because I want y'all to have it. But then we're going to go right into, excuse me, because we're just going to read this. Chapter 21, What is the Dome? And then from there, it goes into, and I hope y'all can hang on and listen because it's pretty good. And I pose kind of an answer, but not. It's subjective. Y'all do the research. The question is starting to go around based on something I said like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But chapter 22, the Operation Dominic, and the connection with the invisible dome projector. Okay, so we're gonna get into that today. But somebody asked me, I don't know if they saw it somewhere. I don't know what half is going on all these channels. I'm looking at cats. I'm looking at dogs, and the relationship that they're having is quite contrary to what most people are aware of. And the animals seeking help from man, thousands of them, and I share them. And you know, they're not supposed to be censoring anything and all the impeding free speech and all that bullshit. I don't need nobody to tell me about free speech. I'll say what the fuck I want. But the thing is, y'all get power to stuff. So when people ask me stuff, they ask me, do you think that this land is a big tree stump? All of them are. In my story, Lilith, it's not her name. We'll use Lilith. But she crossed the barrier to find a place of peace, respite. And she stepped onto the waters, and the turtle rose up on 4 pillars. And because of her size, she cracked the dome. They call it the Milky Way. And she says, but it is good. And the turtle stood up, and amongst her back, excuse me. I know, I've been around y'all too long. There was a big ass stump from a tree of ancient. And the splash in the water and everything subsided. And the grand land stood before her. And she guided us. That's all I'm gonna tell you. It's a little different, but that's the way I tell it. So is it? I don't know. How many of us see tree stumps with trees starting to grow outside and inside the stump that haven't been deaded by all the crap they're doing? If they only really knew what they were doing. They think they can avoid and escape it all, and they come back and we'll do it all over again. But that's my answer, or response, excuse me, not answer, response. Okay? I'm gonna tell you this. If y'all like the idea of time, it's older and so much younger than you can freaking imagine. I'm like a colloquial, right? It is what it is. All right. So we'll play we're playing, what was that, Frank Sinatra? Fly me to the moon and let me play amongst the stars. Let me see what life is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. Anyway, I can tell all the so-called secrets. But anyway, we're gonna get into this because I was just going over it and reading it. This chat, running through it right quick. I think you guys are gonna find this pretty interesting. So we're gonna read the 5 masters, creators of humanity, and then carry on into the next part in the 3rd. Okay, and I think y'all enjoy it. Animals are awesome, right? Shalom alaikum rahman. Well, anyway, blessings be unto you. Top gentlemen, blessings unto you. Let's get into it. So this is the Dome and Outer Space Projection, year 1728, the last reset. Claudio Naselli. Now, I've been doing this for a long time. I have actually sent messages, and I told y'all when I was on the reservation, when I first was reading about this, before I moved the page, and when I started really getting into it. And I was always asking, when's the next book come out? When's the next book out? Before y'all even knew what it was. And because he had Spanish versions, and that's what I was reading at first. And then the English versions came out, and it was all right to go ahead and read it because, you know, to get the sales. And so they have a thing where you gotta, that's why I mention him, because you gotta put it out there. You just can't go ahead and not show the brother who wrote all this. And I read his biopic and everything in the beginning, and it's important to do that if you're going to read his material. You got to give him credit. And I express that if you have it, and many people have, go and purchase the brother's book. It's all of them. He's got some more coming out, right, T? It's fabulous. And there's stuff on Kindle. So if you speak Espanol, check it out. And I think he was talking about, he's with French, and he's got, I think about doing this in some other languages. So reach out. He's on Instagram, he's on YouTube, he's on Facebook, he's all over. I see he has done a marvelous thing in this writing, regardless if it's fiction, science fiction, or not. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you pay homage and respect to an individual, and therefore, and that's what I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy giving you another perspective based on what the enemy of self has been doing for so long now. All right, I'm gonna read. And I don't want to bend it over, spitting into my, you know. So anyway, let's get into it. Who else is in here? Anyway, all right, let's get into it. So, chapter 20, the 5 masters, creators of humanity. By the narrative, all right? The 5 masters are figures shrouded in mystery. According to ancestral texts and psychic communications, these masters may have been beings of high spiritual evolution or entities that intervened at critical moments in the history of the Great Domes. They possess advanced, we went over this, so it's all right, advanced knowledge in spiritual and material sciences, which enable them to shape human genetics and endow humanity with unique capabilities. Their main objective, it seems, was to create a species capable of self-awareness and rapid spiritual evolution, which could act as guardians and protectors of the physical and spiritual dimensions. We're all fighting each other. So how are you protecting anything? All right? And protectors of the physical and spiritual dimensions, especially against threats from beings seeking to exploit or destroy the purest balances of the celestial lands. There's a reason why you can't go over there. You're impure. You're impractical. You're not even walking as you're supposed to. You're not attempting to be maleficent and come around and be the benefit of one another. Okay? That's why I did what I did earlier. The souls took on human bodies as an act of defense and resistance. Remember I read this, right? Against the colonizers who threatened to penetrate and dominate the famous terra incognita. Now, by incarnating in human form, these souls were able to utilize both their innate spiritual abilities and human physical and mental attributes to establish a unified front. The plan allowed spiritual and earthly forces to work in tandem, thus combining physical strength with metaphysical powers, which would be essential to repel colonizers possessing advanced technologies and supernatural abilities. This creation resulted in beings unique to all domes. Now, the celestial lands, terra incognita, I'm going to read this little part and we'll go on to the next. These lands are described in various esoteric traditions as dimensions or states of existence that contain the purest sources of energy and knowledge essential to the life and evolution of terra infinita. Critical areas not only for their energy, but also for containing keys to the destiny of all beings and the structure of the dome worlds. These lands contain fundamental truths about creation and the essence of the human soul and the structures that sustain the multiplicity or realities throughout the Great Dome environment. Access to this plane could grant powers of creation and destruction, which is why it is necessary to protect. The knowledge of the 5 creator masters, the strategic function of souls in human bodies, and the sacred nature of the celestial lands underscores a complex web of existence and battle beyond the everyday human understanding of which we seem to be enveloped. These elements point to a vision where the spiritual and the material are intimately intertwined, reaching another level of understanding of the whole. Humanity plays a central role in defending the natural order against forces that seek to destabilize or exploit it. And they've pretty much used war and destruction and chaos to pull y'all away from it. Okay? It is an opportunity, and you don't have to give in to it. We were just watching, what was that movie? Magnificent Seven, right? Yeah. Chisholm, who plays Bass Reeves. And they fought. Do you know what happened to the heroes? And I don't like the word sacrifice, but they sacrificed themselves for the greater benefit, regardless of greed, merchandise, or gold, silver, whatever, for the right things against the right enemy until the end. It is an opportunity offered by this report for deeper reflection and a constant exploration of these surrounding issues and the hope of unraveling the mysteries of our existence and purpose. You don't have to prove to nobody what and who you are. First, you need to walk in what you are and become who you're supposed to be instead of who you are today. Now let's go ahead and look at chapter 21. What is the dome? This concept is in general quite unknown in the new humanity. It is a subject that is talked about only from one perspective and by a very small group that carries out some research that does not prosper, because clearly this study is not encouraged, nor will it be taken seriously by the general average. Therefore, it does not seem to be rooted to something beneficial to realize. I mean, y'all remember Hillary Clinton making a joke of it, or some kind of pundit like whatever, right? Operation Fishbowl, Paperclip, so forth and so forth. These things didn't happen for no reason. Even Admiral Byrd and his grandson, what was said and what was spake, all right? It is a wide margin where one can theorize about this mystery of the invisible dividing barrier that seems to act similar to a membrane that limits and encloses the known lands and divides the internal from the external, thus generating a totally closed and manipulated environment that is clearly exploited by parasitic creatures. Among all the theories that we can begin to analyze, one of them is to expose this great invisible dome as a means of projection, taking into account what we have been talking about, all the resets and the custodian's search to reach what seems to be the perfect colony, which is totally away from the discovery of its own home and the worlds that surround it. Then this opportunity will be a good way or path to generate an environment even more distant from reality. In this way, the modern human being could start to have a different perspective about the worlds and the surrounding universe. Anyway, who would dare to get so close to this invisible dome to discover such truths? Added to the fact that the custodians and Anunnaki added great ice walls and a hostile climate surrounding those latitudes. All this is a favorable field to start manipulating reality in an absolute way, added to the 3 legs we mentioned before, together with education from childhood, will be the perfect combo to not question about the outer space that seems to surround us and that we see every day in the night skies. When you walk into a closet, some of you go, I gotta walk in closet. You say, look at all this space. Not some fake up there. Space surrounds you. The space of your environment. But if they have you looking into some place of fiction, some place that has no worry or no need for your knowing or knowledge, right? You will never be consistent and to see the things around you. And because your new dynamic, you would exploit it just like the enemy does. And that's how they feed off of you. Anyway, added to the fact that the custodians and Anunnaki added great ice walls and hostile climates surrounding those latitudes. Anyway, the custodial technology was advancing as their colony was also advancing between so many resets. Thus, they at each reset were adding both laboratory and technological advances to get to the point that any large-scale projection that the new humanity would see from their beginnings in the year 1728 onwards seemed to be enough to generate the perfect scope towards unprecedented manipulation. The possibility that the invisible dome is equipped with advanced projection technologies that can generate images from outer space to confuse the new human minds in this way could then be considered. These digital simulations are presented as coming from space, but would simply be advanced digital creations. And with the advancement of graphics and virtual reality technology, the images seen in the skies could simply be a mere inaccessible simulation. Today, creating convincing space imagery is not an arduous task. And for the custodians in 1728, with the technology, it would be technically feasible. Therefore, this technology could be used to support the illusion of outer space. Now, the dome itself would not be related to any artificial creation, at least not to the colonists, and is repeated on each of the remaining 178 worlds, even on the other domes, as we have seen in previous books, Terra Infinita, The Detail of Worlds, and The Theory of Other Domes. Thus, if we consider that the domes are artificial, then we must attribute them to extraterrestrial beings or extra dome that we do not know, since they could be part of the remote past before the first humanity born in Hyperborea. Now, so if this theory is right, we can consider that the space agencies are one step or more ahead, 100, of the others because at least, well, 10, at least one group of the hierarchical dome would be aware of the existence of the invisible dome projector. And the space missions that seem to be carried out and echoed by the media could be simply manipulations or simply some of the images they come to show could be part of other worlds behind the dome instead of distant planets in the simulated outer space. Now, I'm going to mention something, and y'all look into it. Some of the space agencies are conducting in-depth studies in the Antarctic area near the dividing ice walls, and the interest in that area seems to be of great importance, and the search for new lands crossing the first barriers are key to the discovery of new worlds. In this way, we could see the universe as a distant vastness to begin to understand it as a set of closure, and possibly interconnected environments, each with its own rules and realities. This opens up a great new field of study for the rediscovery and rewriting of human history. You know, what's funny is Spaceship Challenger, the one that blew up, right? 1985 was like second year in the military. You know, they've went to every one of them and showed them on videos in the 1990s and 2000s. Teachers, remember the female, the brother? Well, the Asian. They're there, but they're supposed to be blown up. How about the fact that all the governments work together in Antarctica, yet they got everybody here fighting each other? Make it make sense. Why? Racists, I told you, are the dumbest. And when I say that, I mean that plausibly. They are the dumbest. And if you walk in that, because it was easy to walk in that field with so much hate and anxiety and angst and everything else, that you want to get some get back because people have been nurtured to be as dumb as they can be. All right. Chapter 22, the Operation Dominic. That's the real name of Dominic. And the connection with the invisible dome and projector. What's funny is it's right next to Haiti, which Haiti protected and saved them, just like South America. And yet you have these people running around with this fanciful ideology based on whitewashing history and media and soap operas and everything else, that all this hate comes to existence because you have people in a lot of secret sects. I got uncles and them 33rd degree Masons who said, don't do it, Red, don't join, and real scholarly, where I read real Scottish rites and some other things I can't mention here. Don't ever get into this. And then my uncles, reading the satanic verses and then passing away mysteriously. Y'all need to know these things, okay? So let's get into it. Chapter 22. Operation Dominic was an enigmatic and highly classified initiative within the Circle environment. According to official data, it corresponds to a series of nuclear tests carried out by the United States, and some of these tests were atmospheric. And you need to look into it. A whole bunch. An operation included 31 nuclear tests. Others were submarine and terrestrial. That means the land's here. See what terrestrial means? Anyway. But the secret information tells that it was designed to explore and manipulate the capabilities of the IDP, the invisible dome projector. Or at least that is what we theorize from here that could have happened between 1962 and 1963. One of the main objectives would have been to deepen the understanding of the technology behind the IDP, especially how holographic projections and weather manipulation systems are generated and controlled. You see that today. In the event that they sought to attempt to penetrate it, this would run counter to custodians' ideas and could have generated some kind of short circuit between the royal leaders and the human loyalists at the top of the hierarchical pyramid. Now, this attempt to break through this barrier and reveal or access what lies beyond could have caused great stress not only for that small group, but for all of humanity. It's all energy. You feel everything. And it reverberates, never stopping through time, as what you perceive time to be. A select group was established to identify and explore possible vulnerabilities in the structure and functioning of the IDP, okay, the invisible dome projector, and they sought to develop technologies that could, theoretically, alter or even break the barrier of the dome, allowing possible exploration or escape of what exists beyond the simulation, or was simulated. According to secret information, they also sought to investigate certain frequencies that could interfere with the dome's projection and maintenance systems, seeking to create a temporary fissure in its structure. I remember, what was the old DJ? Something. What was that old DJ's? The Jewish guy. Some wolf. Anyway, he had, by accident, tapped into a signal, a frequency, and the men in black knocked on his door. But there are other DJs who had listened and they disappeared. Radio station closed down and all that. All right. So, something to look into. High density electromagnetic fields could destabilize the systems that maintain the dome's integrity. Wow, all them bells. And the organs with over 6 million tones. Healing and everything. Based on theories that the dome operates within a specific range of electromagnetic stability, but temporarily, there's spreets, the red lightning above, when you get into the blue and yellow and white, that comes from the ground up, and that from the top down. Yeah, okay. The dome operates within a specific range of electromagnetic stability, but temporarily or permanently rupturing part of this dome, although this has never been achieved, could have unknown, potentially catastrophic consequences, both in the environment and for the inhabitants. A whole lot of water. Anyway, be that it may, then came the partial test ban treaty. Treaty banning nuclear weapon tests in the atmosphere, signed on August 5th, 1963, which banned nuclear tests in the atmosphere just after this operation. Therefore, we consider that the results obtained were not at all beneficial or satisfactory, or that simply the custodians decided to put an end to this disobedience, which already dragged certain tensions since the Philadelphia experiment or project. The chapter 23, details of the projected simulation. Excuse me. The study of IDP to simulate starry skies and create the illusion of outer space within the known lands. The mechanisms, implications, and potential of this technology that may also be reflected in other dome worlds is detailed below. Let's get into it. Key components of the celestial projection technology used in the IDP are identified and analyzed. This technology is fundamental to maintaining the perception of a vast star-filled universe, thus facilitating the control and cultural direction of the population under the IDB, making you dumb as rocks. Use of advanced holography, and they feed you what they want. The use of lasers and magnetic fields to create detailed three-dimensional images of the cosmos is confirmed. This technology is capable of projecting constellations, nebulae, and astronomical movements with millimeter precision. Manipulation of subatomic particles and light is carried out, and the dome can simulate phenomena such as meteors, comets, and eclipses, increasing the authenticity of the simulation. We can also add sensory integration as we study the integration itself of sound systems and weather variations to complement the visualizations, creating an immersive experience that reinforces the illusion of outer space. It's funny. Was it a few months ago, a couple of months ago, before the fires, there were people standing out, I guess in Texas and a few other places, Arkansas, was it, in Nebraska, whatever, and they heard these loud boom, blah, blah, like thunder and lightning. They ain't seen nothing. And you could hear it on the videos. I know TikTok had a fluff. There's so many, I think they removed a lot of them.
They say don't talk about the boom.
Don't talk about the booms. The discovery methods used were spectral analysis and interference testing. Now, the possible results then conclude, in reference to the use of IDP, that it possesses the ability to manipulate the perception of the universe, having profound implications in the vision on reality of the population, thus also allowing an effective management of new beliefs and a greater social manipulation. And you know how y'all are. There's this inner part of you that wants to get things together, but you have been so endowed with so much nonsense. Physical, visual, and oratory. right? Whether speech and hearing. That is hard to come out of that, wouldn't you say? Chapter 24, the hum. The hum. Document SBB1, 2345-8. So we look at, I think, base 023C, right? The phenomenon known as hum, a low and constant sound, may be associated with the operation of the IDP. The exploration of its origin and characteristics and the impact it could cause to the inhabitants and possible technological applications is carried out. Hum is an auditory phenomenon perceived by a significant portion of the population in certain locations in the known lands, which is ARB 2001. Excuse me. This low-frequency sound has been a subject of curiosity and speculation both for its effects on human well-being and its origin from IDB technology. There's a reason why in 1939 they decided to close it in on 440 hertz and 808. It oscillates between 20 to 60 hertz with variations in amplitude that seem to correlate with certain dome activities, especially linked to weather manipulation. Let's see if we can pull up 20 to 60 hertz. Let's see what we can see what that sounds like. Let me see here. Y'all don't mind a little experiment, do you? We're going to use this. We'll go for 20 hertz and then we'll go for 60. Put a 1 if you can hear that. That's 20 hertz. That's 20 hertz. You hear it? Now let's go to 60 hertz. Okay. Now back to the read. So anyway, it oscillates. Excuse me. Oscillate. I'll talk about this so much. Oscillates between 20 and 60 hertz with variations in amplitude that seem to correlate with certain dome activities, especially linked to weather manipulation. Not all inhabitants are able to hear it, as it suggests a varied sensitivity possibly related to differences in individual auditory physiology. And I say that because most of you are suffering from pain, right? So what happens is the cortisol levels in the pain arises, so you get this certain hum that you hear all the time, but it's become normal. So you can't even tap into your regular frequency. That I expressed that you can. Through breathing, kram, cham, zam, all that yoga, right? Moving, not afflicting yourself to stay in a substantial lower degree that is very, allows other things in, okay? It is also added that such sound could originate from mechanical and electromagnetic vibrations generated by the dome's projectors and maintenance systems. It is also postulated that the internal structures of the dome may act as resonators. And you know that when you walk in a cave and ready to run a smooth, you go, hey, 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 hey. And all echoes even up in mountaintops based on the dome because it's a live path, it's paid out, weighed out, and you think that it's bouncing off the walls. And when you speak right now, it's reverberating all the time. And the people are really in tune. You can hear all the conversations like Superman. And hear everyone talk. But you're not in tune with it because you're jacked up. 440 is everywhere. Anyway, It is also added that such sounds could originate from mechanical and electromagnetic vibrations generated by the dome's projection and maintenance systems. It is also postulated that the internal structures of the dome may act as resonators that amplify these vibrations, which in turn become sound waves perceived by some inhabitants of the different zones. Now, what type of alterations can it generate? Well, let's have a look. Psychological and physical alterations. For some, the hum is barely perceptible and not disruptive, but for others, it is very different, and negative effects are reported, including auditory discomfort, anxiety, and sleep disturbances. As a result, it is determined that this sound would have great implications in the environment manipulated by the IDP, as well as negatively influencing the inhabitants. Right? Red Hunter, hey, what's going on? Jordan Curry, what's going on, beloved? Chapter 25, the nature of the dome. Let's get into it. Document SBB1, all right, -5408-10, all right? This is the base 041C off the base, okay? This paper details the expedition undertaken by a group of ancestral scientists who investigated the structure and operation of the IDP invisible dome, eye projector, and for those who don't know, the main objective of their study was to determine the nature and origin of the simulated projections of outer space and how this simulation is merely custodial creations. The approach to the dome was achieved from the outside, and an attempt was made to understand how the custodians used this technology to influence the perception of the new humanity. Electromagnetic measuring devices, spectrometers, and advanced image capture systems were used to analyze projections and their sources. And direct observations were made. Now, remember the observatories going in there as young ones and sitting in there, and they put up the projection and they put up the fake space and all this astral and space and zoom in and stuff. What does that do? Right? And you can hear that from that big thing moving around in the middle. Anyway, direct observations were made at several points around the perimeter of the dome, allowing scientists to collect unprecedented data on its operation. Active manipulation of a series of light-emitting devices and particles to create detailed simulations of outer space. And now the lasers are used to set fires off, including stars, planets, and galaxies. It discovered and confirmed, all right? Research showed that the projections are designed to induce a sense of awe and smallness, reinforcing the notion of a vast, unexplored universe and diverting attention away from the confined reality of the dome and having you look outside yourselves. This method is used after the last reset in order to remove any possibility for the discovery of the true human history as well as the human spiritual potential, discouraging the exploration and approach to the areas near the dividing barriers, adding a strict custodial surveillance with different technologies, military bases in the area, and the manipulation of the weather in the surrounding areas. All right, and tomorrow we'll get into the Hastellan lights and other phenomena. All right. Hope y'all enjoyed that read. Hope you found it interesting. Y'all like the sound of the hum? Want me to give you another one? All right. Let's give you a 432. It should be sin. Let's go to 728. Let's go to 562. Let's go to 237. From the diaphragm. Want to go real low? You gotta do it if you want to break free. I hate that term free. Anyway, y'all just don't know you're free. because you've been inoculated. Thing works pretty good. I hope that was entertaining. I hope that you found something worthwhile. And we have somebody in here that has a hard time hitting the like. Must be an agent. Hey, appreciate that, beloved. Caring. Hey. It's good to see you all up in. PJ, what's up, beloved? I'm gonna shout everybody out. Teaching University now under different names, exactly. Man, I'm telling you, everything we taught is a lie. Yes, it is. Absolutely. It's good to have you all up in here. Yes, Jordan Cardio, appreciate you, beloved. Go, Mac. I got, yeah, what do you got, brother? Anyway, I hope that y'all found that interesting. I hope it was something beneficial. All right. Yeah, we'll be back in the AM. Okay. Looks like it's supposed to rain a little bit. We didn't treat the wood with our lazy ass selves. Hey, Suzanne. I got you. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Y'all know the Cash App if you want to donate. Everybody was talking about it. Nobody did. And I appreciate you, Baby Girl Slaughter, with the super chat. I meant to pin it, and it disappeared. And me. I was just a rambling and a ranting, right? That's Jordan. Hey, all right, yeah, that's Jordan. Okay, what's up, man? I was like, the name sounded familiar. Yeah, T said, "What's good, Jordan?" You already said hi to everybody. Yeah. We work with Young Blood. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. Anyway, right? Oh. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. And look, if y'all hear anything about this, whether it's a tree stump or not, you know what you say with being polite and nice? It's not my concerns right now. But I appreciate the knowledge. You don't have to be deafening. You don't have to beat one another down. You don't have to accept everything put out there. But you can use sources. You can use references. You can research things. I'm not saying this is factual. To me, it's pure entertainment. Not purely as in, without some facts and stuff, or without something that may not resonate. Because I already expressed to you that it could play a different role. Yet, the reality is, this is prison earth. You're not a prisoner, but you're being subjugated as one because you don't know your truth or your worth. So you change that. Stop dispelling everything because they've inoculated you with a whole lot of nonsense. Be fluid in your rationality, in your reasoning. You don't have to step off the ladder into 100 meters up into a little wooden bowl with no water in it. All right. First of all, you don't even have to take the first step to climb that ladder. Okay? Appreciate it. I hope that it makes sense. And there's a lot more to read. And I didn't read the domes, right? We'll get into that. I just want to go through them, pop a couple of pictures up. You know what I'm saying? And if you have the book, you purchased it, open it up, and in your head, read along with me. You know what I mean? Or out loud. You're right there. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? I really do. All right? Y'all have a wonderful evening. We're going to sit back and watch Clint Eastwood, Spaghetti Western. All right? Appreciate you. I was thinking about putting that lasagna in the oven, man. God damn, man. It's in the freezer, man. What you can do it? Let guys know to get the oven hot about 375, but the babies and everybody done ate. You know what I mean? Man, we ain't built our oven yet. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. All right. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop that. Brothers, sisters, and brothers. Let's see y'all in the AM. They tickle me, man. They really do. I enjoy them.